Yeah, you know, I used to get attention because I did have a teacher where him don't like me, but him like my girlfriend.
Baruka. Not a word, but a phrase. Mutabaruka comes from the Rwandan language and translates as one who is always victorious. His poems have given voice to a nation. His teachings and philosophies continue to impact generations. Revolutionary, fiery, and compelling, Mutabaruka is a world-renowned dub poet, black activist, actor, educator, musician, philanthropist, and radio and television talk show host. He is an international statesman. His positive contribution and uplifting messages continue to influence many. In 2016, Mutabaruka received Jamaica's 6th highest honor, the Order of Distinction Commander Class, in recognition for his cultural contributions. In 2019, he received IRIFM's prestigious Lifetime Achievement Award. Mutabaruka is a literary and musical giant, both in Jamaica and abroad. And today we are honored to journey with the great Mutabaruka on the road to success. Muta, I'm giving you this big virtual hug right now. I know you feel it. This is so awesome. You know, thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule. We know you're up next with Stepping Razor, and we truly appreciate.
You can't believe that.
Look.
I'm going to go on the radio after this done, half or after. Anyway, I don't know where you get all them talk from about great, this, that. I'm going to start thinking great is my first name.
It is what it is, man. You are legendary. You are great. And, you know, you're always doing interviews. You're always teaching. You're always sharing. But today we want to get to know you a little more, you know, the journey, your road to success. And what better way to start than in Raytown, Jamaica. And we know 1 hour cannot suffice. The journey is rich. And I have to condense it as much as possible. But share with us, Muta, a childhood moment or experience from Raytown days that still resonates with you today as a man.
Yeah, well, my mother used to, well, everywhere we go, it's me and my mother, because I never really know my father that much. My father dead when I was 8 years old, so I never really know him that much. But me and my mother rent house, we move from here to there, pillar to post. Raytown was one of them places where we live, kind of the longest. And as a little youth, run up and down the street like any other youth, you know. Christmas come, my mother buy me a little tie gun and a cock shotgun and all them places where they, and, you know, we just a little youth, I run up and down the street. We never have no, it's weird that every yard where me and my mother going and go live, no other picnic no living there. I just me alone and my little ties them, you know, I do things, so. Just me and my mother. Just me and my mother.
You know, you talk about you and your mom, and our parents are usually like the first teachers. Is there like a life lesson that you learned from your mom, like, you know, as a youth, seeing her doing what she's doing and ensuring that both of you are okay, regardless of the situation?
Well, the things that my mother do is tell me, say, don't do certain things, and me just don't want to do it because she go like me. That no mean say me not do it when she not look, but it's a thing where she not really sit down and tell me this and tell me that. It's just because me and I live together, she do things, I'm see what she do, and she not do things where mother say, why mother shouldn't do that, except beat me. You know, she said me go to church, all them way there, and it's like she never usually go to church, so I mean, she always stay at the yard and cook until me come. She don't want to give me no breakfast until me done go to church and come back, you know. So it's not like she sit down and tell me no lifelong thing. Me just see her and me know say my mother, and me and her grounds away, me and her go a movie. She used to wrap me up and carry me go a movie. Triple bill on a Palace Theatre and Katie. You know, but yeah, my mother is my only. In them time, I never know another woman but my mother. And then she started to carry me go to my granny. And that started to create a vibe now because My granny want me stay with me, she, and my mother want me come back. My granny used to live at Jonestown, and that was my father, mother. And she used to go to market, sell a Coronation Market. Me used to love go to Coronation Market with her, because we get thrown up and down at the market free with other picnic. And we sleep on a Coronation Market until Saturday night. And then we come back home. So, you know, my mother, between my mother
and your
grandmother, yeah. My grandmother now is a stern woman, because she have a whole heap of other, my cousin them round her. You know, even though she's really drink whole heap of brandy, she has that send me go buy brandy and come back. I see some things where resonate with me up to them time, yeah. You know, certain things we should have done, how she cook, the different aspect of cooking, and the different ways she go on at the house, and the things that she say, is them things they fade out now, but it stick with you. Some things where she said stick with you, you know. She tell you her brother Nancy's story and, you know, brother Big Boy's story and all them way there, which was the clean stories. Big Boy's story was the clean stories, you know. But at them times there, my granny, she came and go to church with her, she come back, and then me take the bus, patty pan bus, go back to my mother. Weekend, me come up on my granny, and it's just my mother and my granny, you know, just them.
Like that.
You know.
So Muta, when did you develop that level of consciousness as a youth, or that happened when you finish high school?
Well, all right, depends on what part of the youth you talk about, because when we used to go primary school, yeah, we used to go primary school, just an ordinary youth to run up and down the road and I do bad things, you know, school, you know, go down a Victoria Pier, go dive up money, because them days the tourists used to come there enough, and them throw the money in the water, we dive in the water and get the money and come up back, and we love to do that, so we school and go do that. We school and go to Bolo, a place named Bolo we used to call Foreshore Road. Now them call it Marcus Garvey Boulevard, where them used to have a canal there, and a whole heap of fish used to night, and a whole heap of Rasta used to live on the canal bank. Them call it Baka Wall. You know, go right back to where them now called Tivoli Garden. You know, so we didn't know all of them places there, and it's a place where, me don't know, me never like school. Me never like school. No, sir. Me never like school. Me school regular. Me remember one time me had some brethren school and go to Rockford Spring. A whole lot of people don't know Rockford Spring, but instead of you go on Rockford, you go straight up there in the flour mill. I will take off the clothes and a beard, and when we done, one of the brethren them can't find him clothes. Somebody thief him clothes and go with it, and him bar like what, but anyway, we help him still. Somebody take off them marine and all them with it and give me to it, but no, me never like school. Me never like school at all. Right up to high school, me just pray for live Kingston Technical High School. But it's in Kingston Technical High School me start to get that conscious.
Uta, any comment, your response to this news?
The response, she go on a long time. She did it, you know. I mean, nobody can say she never served her time. She served her time still.
And
so,
yeah. All right. So now we were.
Tell you about my school. Say, in a high school.
Kingston Technical.
Yeah, it's in a high school now. We start to develop this, what we call radical mindset. You have some teachers at my school. One of them named Mark Jr. was the son of Marcus Garvey, and a man named Laxley Comrie. A Boys Town man, he was a Black Panther man. The man used to teach at school, and when we start to go amongst them man, them start to introduce you to certain things. Because at the time, Malcolm X books and all the black book them did ban in Jamaica. And that a man named Ulas and Shearer and ban the book them. But we used to have them, like all the autobiography of Malcolm X, we used to take off the cover and put on a love story cover. One of them white love story cover upon it. So when we have it, nobody now gonna know it's a band book we have. And him used to go in our office, him have a little record player, and him play Message to the Grassroots by Malcolm X. and we hear Angela Davis, all of the Black Panther business. So we kind of get oriented to these people. And then in farmer organization, the ANU, and you know, in them time they have a whole heap of radicalism go on, like on Wildman Street, Success Club, a whole heap of like a political meeting, not with PNP and GLP, but you know, you have radical right, you know, left, right, and all these people used to. And we used to go down and go sit down and listen. And we start to organize certain things in our brethren. We organize school. You know, we used to go up a university, go thief the paper them, the printing paper them, and print little books with them, and go down back to Vineyard Town and North Street, and show the little youth them and provide lunch to them and all them something there.
Wow.
And we go through.
You were a teenager. You were a teenager at this point.
School. We did at school. Yeah,
so,
man.
So what was your mother aware of, or your grandmother aware of the things that you were doing, and what was their response to?
Let me
to
tell you my
teenage?
mother. All right. Me come among some man, Ben Brood and Jingles and all them man. Them have organization and them have a whole heap of black books up at the park. And me did have some long on my yard, and my mother listen to the radio and hear say them raid the place up where name there, up at the park. Knowing says the book them a look for. Me did have some on my yard. My mother them out and go down James Street, go show them where. Because she say she don't want police come lock her up. So it's like that never determines still. Because we don't read the book them and thing already, and we're climatized to it. And then you have some youth in the school who used to cite Rastafari, you know, and we get introduced to 12 tribes of Israel, like organization, and we go scout out the 12 tribes, and we go join the 12 tribes. We are said fast, if you notice how we attack fast.
No, yeah, man. I appreciate it. So here it is. You're in high school, and you're getting all this rich knowledge that is not being taught in schools.
The school, no.
No. So by then, did you, as a teenager, just felt like school in itself was a joke based on the knowledge that you were getting outside of the formal setting?
No, me never think that school is a joke. You know, me just not like school. It's not like me think it's a joke, you know, because there's most a reason why I go there. I'm glad somebody go still, but me never, you know, like when I learn English literature, you know what I mean, about, you know, snow and all them, something, that kind of, through me start to get climatized to the African black consciousness, I said, I don't have to learn all them something there. I love to go a party. I used to go love a party.
No
used to
way.
get enough attention. Yeah, you know what I mean, used to get attention, because I did have a teacher where him don't like me, but him like my girlfriend.
Wow.
You know see? And him give me the whole heap of maths problem then, because him know say I forgot to them during the weekend. I mean not do them during the weekend. So when I come back at school Monday, him realize what me never did them, I pure detention. You know, so yeah, but it's like that. Me not so like school. Me glad when me left. Me glad 4 years in a Kingston. Oh gosh, man, I don't know, man.
But you left. You know, you studied electronics.
Electronics,
so,
yeah.
Talk to us. Did you like that aspect of it? You know, like, and then did you do any jobs in that specific field?
You know why? Because we built a radio station in the school. Yeah, me and two brethren built a radio station in the school. That's how far we didn't know it. But it only could have beam around the area. You know, and then we could have played music. Because from them time there, me love the music. I go to American. You know, me left school. I mean, seriously, on Wednesday night, I go to American and stay American. And when it bright up, I put on my uniform out of my bag and go back to school.
No.
Yeah, they were there. I was like that, you know. So, we love the music. We stand Blake open up to a whole heap of the music. And we start to collect the music. And my mother, she said, I love the music. And she got far and go to domestic work. And she sent music for me. And the music that she sent was really lovely. The first African music we have was a Hugh Masekela album named Promise of a Future. And I start to listen to that, and then I hear Miriam Makeba, and then when I start to get close to the African music, and then my mindset now start to turn to Rastafari, and that now start to get me away now. Till all my family them start to me I get mad. Yeah, them say me I get mad. But
so that was the period now with the transition from Allan Hope to Mutabaruka?
Yeah, well, because in a school I take the name Mutabaruka. Yeah, I get the name from out a poetry book from a Rwandan poet named Jean-Baptiste Mutabaruka. And when I see the name Mutabaruka, I say, wow, I love that name there, you know. It's years after I go to a university in Paris, and some Rwandan believe say I was from Rwanda. And when them see me and them say, where you from? I say, me from Jamaica, you know. And so where you get the name Mutabaruka from? I tell them say, oh, Jean-Baptiste Mutabaruka is a very great Rwandan poet. And them tell me the meaning of the name. And I say, wow, good name then. Yeah, one who is always victorious. Yeah, so from that school days, I'm Mutabaruka. Yeah.
So when you are searching for yourself now, Muta, and you're finding
no, I never search myself, you know, because I didn't find, I never look.
No, not searching for yourself, you know, but you're searching and you're finding information and you're choosing your path. But here it is, your family, I think, say, boy, what is wrong with Allan? You know, what's going on? How did that deter you from your quest of, you know, finding knowledge, going in search of, and how did you deal with your family at that point?
No, because the influence of outside was more influential to me than what was happening inside. Because there was nothing that my mother was telling me at the time of going to school that would make me want to give up when I did learn. In the book them when I did read, and in the music them when I listen. Because I listen to Malcolm X, I listen to, I read Soul and Eyes, Franz Fanon, Richard of the Earth, and all them book there. So that was more influential to me, so it couldn't change me to my mother way. Because my mother, she loved European history, and a whole heap of things when I know about Europe is when I hear my mother talk about and when she read to me. But she said me go to church, and she never got to church yet. Me never see she got to church yet, and she had said me go to church. And I said, but wait, what is this woman here? Oh, she said me go to church every Sunday, and she there go. And the other time she go to church at Easter. Christmas, you know. Yeah, so.
But you were, you know, well radical. I mean, you lived through a period of time in our history when it was dangerous to embrace Rastafari. And, you know, the Coral Gardens massacre is one of the many inhumane acts. How did these atrocities against Rastafarians impact your life as a youth?
All right, in 1963, I wasn't a Rasta. I started to cite Rasta in the early 70s when I was at school, right? 70, 69, 70, yeah. When me hear about Coral Gardens, as a matter of fact, we will step back a little. When I started to come to Jamaica, me go down East Queen Street, right, and see the car pass. And them stand up on a wave and all them. Yeah. Me hear some go to stadium and me run go to stadium. And we still on that stadium there and I watch the whole event and the whole heap of antics with the police rider them and all them something. And so that alone now cement certain things in my head again. Come here and say that little man here. But after I start sight Rasta, I realize but it's a dangerous thing to be a Rasta in a Jamaica. Because I see them use buckle and cut off my bridging locks. Buckle, you know.
Wow.
I'm not talking about police, you know. I'm not talking about police. I'm talking about ordinary Jamaican people who are saying, see one of them there, see one of them there. So it was a stigma against Rastaman. You know, I remember one time when I used to live at Spanish Town, me in a bus with a youth and a mother sit down in front of me and, you know, I don't know why, but little youth, them love push out them hand out of the bus.
Through the window.
Like them a catch a breeze. Yeah. I'm sit down by the woman, that time me just relax, you know. And me hear the woman say, take in here before me make the Rastaman chop it off. I say, rotted.
Whoa.
This is a serious thing. You know, one time I come from Bush and me feel so good, say, me plant up a whole heap of things and me come at home. Me take a train from Montego Bay for come to Kingston and it me end up in a Spanish town and I walk through Spanish town with the bag of plant and thing. And me see a woman turn up with a whole heap of picnic, you know. Me a woman I say, you go inside, see a Rasta man I come there. And I say,
wow.
Okay, this rough go face. And whole heap of time, I see picnic run from me. Lord, Rasta man I go catch me and all them something there. But you know what though, it never deter me. It never deter me. You know that journey there. Yeah.
I from going through your bio and talking to people in the circles, you at one point you went into the hills. Was this partially part of the reason why you took yourself out of the societal norms to retreat to the hills? Kingston.
Couldn't take. I see so much things, and when I see in Kingston, my brains can't function that way. I have to go experience the thing. So I go to bush. I take my family and go to bush. Sit down in a Potosi district for about 15 years. Me up there, me and them, and we just trod that way there for years, and we experience. Cause them time we give all my poetry book them and my music and everything I'm go up in a bush go stay there, and that journey there was a great experience. That was a great experience. That is who me is today. That ill thing is who me is today. Yeah, but it keep me focused on youth. That's what the youth them have to do. You have to focus, not on the wrong thing. But I guess at that time, people that say it's a wrong thing.
They don't
like how we have to know
it.
youth them take a wrong thing. People that say, boy, Mutabaruka-The ill with the pity them and he make the picnic locks and all them. So people that say, Lord, look how your picnic look nice. Why you locks the picnic? I say, me not do nothing to our head. I such a ban. When you come out the picnic, you are do something to the head. But we send them go to school. We then at the bush, but we send them go to school. And the only reason why I left the hills is because I realize my little daughter get big and I don't want to stay up at the hill and I'm not doing, I'm going to get breed up by a little brother up there and they can't do nothing. So I decided I'm not going to leave the hill. So I leave the hill and come clear up in the Red Hills there and we just do a different thing. Start to sell local food because I have to start to sell local food,
Okay, like when you came back, but were you ever concerned for your family? Because the entire immediate family, they are Rastafarians as well. And given the magnitude of what you would have witnessed, what you would have experienced, were you ever concerned any at all for them?
No, we focus. Yeah, we focus man now. It's a journey you're taking, and that it's not the picnic them are attacking, It's the Rasta man, them and the Rasta woman, them. You understand? My people, them grow up as Rasta youth. That's how we grow them up. We don't put no coma thing in them head. Them not eat no meat from them barn. None of we never eat no meat and all them way there. So, me have a certain way. Me never sit down actually and tell my people them about Rasta. But them see how we are live. Come and feel say that is really. How we are live is what them say every day. So me never really have to sit down and talk to my people and say, boy, Selassie I said this and Selassie I said that and all that stuff. No, them know which part them parents there and them just follow and say what them parents are do. So that is really how we teach them. Because me never beat my people them. Me never beat my people them yet. And me say, me not think the people should have get beaten. But me know sometimes them do something and me look on them. Them know look there. that look there. Them have to do some why, okay. I want to step back little to the hills when we used to in the hills. Now, you say me never like school because after a while I realize but me now got do them things when I left school. When them tell me about so you what me do now? You see all of the book them when I could have it fine. Like the autobiography of Malcolm, the philosophy and opinions. Me have them in the hills I read, because them like when I work, when I come out of the hill, all months with up then I come out, And me I read, and Me read love song Rampa, me Buddhism, Taoism, Confucianism. I mean, you name it. We read so adamantly that it's like we are armed ourselves. And we realize that it was a road we are traveling, it's a journey we are going on. You know, the journey now to which power we reach was because we did see it fit for educate ourselves. The classroom. And I think that is really the problem right now where we're having in the society, that man have a focus, but what him focusing on is the now and not what happen later on. I mean, so when me did that do then, I help me now. Because if the things them where you are call me, after the things them where you are call me, the this and this and that, it's because of me taking a step for really educate myself and push myself out there, that me can say, anytime somebody says something to me, this is when me can answer them. Anytime religion come to me, this is when me can say, and them think that. So it's a matter of a tradition. You're treading to a level. And this is where it reached. It reached us all, yes.
No, outcry in 1973, 1981, the first poems, the mega hits Every Time I Hear the Sound, released in 1982, your debut album Check It, released in 1983. You had the ears of the literary community locally and internationally. Did you realize then, Muta, that your artistic expression was creating a revolution?
No, because I did that right for vent my feelings. I never did that right to say, it a go up on big stage. Oh, me go up on big stage. Me I do a little thing along a New Kingston there. And Plano, Martimo Plano, in the function, and me do a poem name every time I hear the sound, and China them who did play with Jimmy Cliff. Jimmy Cliff did do a big concert on a summertime. And them say, Plano, I tell him, say, make him come down and come do a thing, man. I'm going to go down there, I'm going to do every time I hear the sound. And that propelled me into what I call a recording artist. Because after me do that show, China called me from, and tell me, I must come to town, come record it. Because them days I never used to live at town. I'm going to go down him shop down at King Street, and we'll get some musician, and we'll record the poem. And then it become one of the first poetry dub poem ever enter the top chart, the music chart, the pop chart. And then we make an album, Check It. And the Check It album was recognized at the time as one of the best reggae albums. You know, it's a blues label signed with named Alligator in Chicago. And we're going to do a first tour. As a matter of fact, we do Sunsplash. After we do Jimmy Cliff show, we do the Sunsplash. And then me and Jimmy Cliff go to Cuba. The first time I left Jamaica, we go to Cuba. And then we end up on Sunsplash, and somebody in the audience, they're going to keep a big festival in Los Angeles, UCLA, and then we invite all the big artists where you can think on the show there. And when we done the show, all of the people them who is reporters and this and that want to come in, because we go up on the stage without shirt and with a chain power hand and a big backdrop with Africa and the American flag and the British flag in a fire upon it. And we barefoot. I'm standing up on the stage and I say, it's not good for stay in a white man country too long when I'm a poem them. It freak out white people. They never hear nothing like that. They never hear no Jamaican artist come here in America with chain on him, white chain at that, you know. I put on a white chain on my hand. No shirt, just like a slave. Cut off charred pants, like me I want slave. And me I tell them, say, it's no good. The system is a fraud, it's no good. And that lead me to go tour the whole of America. And that is how I start to become a reggae artist. And I start to realize about wait. I can't just say the poem, so I have to talk on the stage too. And the talking on the stage, catch the people them. Because when I say them never hear it say so. They never hear how it's, you know, artists come and I say them things there on stage. And I guess that is what happened to IRA FM too. Because we never come to IRA for talk. And we turn the program into talking because a reggae station we don't supposed to play pure reggae. And I can't sit down for wasn't a play pure reggae rasta. I have things to say. So I just say, yeah, I just talk. And now the talking become more wanted than the music we play. You know, so.
But interestingly, like you mentioned that, Muta, because here it is, we're hearing how radical you are, and you know, you're always going to speak your mind and stand up for justice and equality. But we understand that radio and television, these are spaces as it relates to serious censorship. How were you able to maneuver those spaces irrespective of the red tape?
Well, you know, who don't like it, them cancel away. And who, like, me remember when we just come at IRFM and we attack certain things.
1994.
People used to call, 92. People used to call me so young.
92.
And say, where you get that boy up on the radio? I remember one Sunday, I think it was Anjaga in Africa, I say, watch out. I better have a picture of Bob Marley on the wall than Jesus. Rotted. All them white fakes. And Mr. Young, I said, you know, business with that, man. Look, man. The way I do, man, as long as you don't put no hole in my pocket. Well, from them time, until now, I never put a hole in Mr. Young pocket yet. You know, see it. And we understand the broadcasting this and the broadcasting that. And sometimes some things get away from you, like the music. But when me attack, I make sure it don't get away from me. You know, and we survive, and it help a whole heap of ones. A whole heap of ones, them parents used to ban them from listening to Mutabaruka upon the radio, because them say, a what madman, him a walk up and down barefoot. You know, see it? Yet still them youth, they know they are university, and a whole heap of time when you hear me going away, and them youth they send for me, because them hear the professor them in them university that say the same thing, with a little barefoot, dirty rasta that say, down at Jamaica.
But you know, like when I look at it, Muta, whether it's radio or television, I feel like you have managed to break that language barrier just by being your authentic self. Was it something that you had to fight for initially to say, you know, just bring?
No.
Okay.
No, I mean, no different speaking from when I talk to you, Kechima. When we do that, fam, I can't keep up that. I can't say, hey man, here we go again. Brand new music coming from this and this and that. No, so I can't. Yo, a brand new tune, so I just get it. You know, I can't. That is not me. That is not on my road. You know, me. You know, people say, them Muta, you go far and barefoot. I say, follow me, you will see. You know, so it's not like, you know, we pretend or I show nothing. It's a tradition. Rastafari grab way. And we now come out of that. You know, see, no care what, because we say what Rastafari has done for I, by saying Rastafari have a certain kind of mindset, and I realize that mindset is what is carrying I through. I don't know if you're next one. I know, say, from I as a Rastafari till now, it moved me from one level to the next level, and it's not static. We keep moving, and we keep understanding things on a different level based upon information where we get. And we present that information in our thinking and say that is justifiable. So we just go through with that, you know.
You know, listening to your story, you know, from school days, you were lucky to be associated with the right company that helped you to maximize your mind, you know, to learn and to read, and from then, you know, you've gotten into poetry, you get the big stage, and each opportunity you get is like a world stage where you're sharing with a vast crowd, you know, a whole heap of people at once. Mutabaruka for many is a teacher, a mentor, and an inspiration. But who are some of the greats that helped you along your way and also helped to shape your belief system?
Well, the first book was Malcolm X, autobiography, in a school. First book, autobiography of Malcolm X. And then we'll go read the philosophy and opinions of Marcus Garvey. And then we'll go find Amy Jakes Garvey. She never influenced you, but we go amongst her and hear her reasoning them as Marcus Garvey wife, you know. Going on, it's mostly people when I read influence me and inspire me rather than people when I meet. Right now, in my life as it is now, Jackie's a great inspiration to I personally. I'm two daughter them really. When I used to write my poetry them first, it's my daughter them inspire a whole heap of them even though them don't know it. But me and Jackie sit down inside us now. We argue, we share this and that and thing, and come to conclusion about certain thing, and it helps. Sometimes she produce a show and we don't even know she produce Cutting Edge. Yeah, because something what she say, me say, and sometimes I deny it when she talk it, you know, and then me say, all right, you know, say, when me look back in it, me have to take that road there. You know, so me just come on the radio. Sometimes you hear me say some things that she attack. You know, with my mouth.
But, you know, poetry, music, university lecturers, radio, television host, you have done so much. And, you know, it's a whole heap. Sankofa, one of your biggest movies to date, you know. How are you able, though, Muta, to find like this delicate balance in being involved in so much and doing so much without compromising who you are?
Because everything when we do is related to the same thing when we do. Everything. It's not like me I do this today and then go do that tomorrow. No. So when we write a poem, it will relate to the consciousness when I try to bring across. When we read the poem on stage, when we come on the Cutting Edge, it's Mutabaruka that the poets same way who have certain philosophical ideas. When we go acting at the movie, it's me said one, a bad slave that start a rebellion on a plantation. So it's not like say, I'm going to do this today, and then tomorrow I act with a man like a man in a suit. Because I don't wear a suit. I don't have nothing like that in my closet. You understand? So it's not like today now, you're going to hear me a star in a one movie where, you know much man ask me about star in a movie with a bad dread. Mr. Bridget, go look at that man for that, Bridget. I don't know that. Man, I can about my skin over, but I'm going to show me a fire gun after man. I said, no, I don't know that, you know. If me have fire gun, me know me have a fire gun too after. So nobody come out me for act no movie them really. A whole heap of time people come to me about movie. And I say, no, man like you, you know, Muta. You're supposed to know that movie, you know. I say, what kind of movie? Yeah, man, I want to show say RASTAFARI gun too, you know. I say, better go and be with that.
No, Muta, something I want to ask you. The system that bashed and looked down on Rastafarians for years, in 2016, gave you Jamaica's 6th highest honor, the Order of Distinction Commander Class, for your contribution to the culture. What's the significance of this acknowledgement, and does it represent change for you, in your opinion?
No, you know, as some of my sister and brethren put my name up there, you know. And when I analyze, I sit down with my wife and to say, you know, what take it, you know. I say, you know, but me not go up like about, you know, no governor. She said, she will go. So it's not like it make a difference in my life. You know, so if you say, why you get an OD and them here, there's like, at first, me I said, no. But after reasoning, I realized, why if I was the Prime Minister, I'm not going to do it, you know. And I realize it's who do it. You know, see, it's who is the ones them who say, Mutabaruka deserve that. So me just say, all right, I could work with it. You know, see. Because to me, the IRFM award is more important to me because it's 30 years me spend there. And one just come up and say, yeah, him deserve it. You know, see. I mean, know when I want to say in IRFM say Muta deserve that, they mean that. You know, see. My friend them who say him deserve all these because them in the line of fire to make that happen. I mean, just say yes, you know, I saw it go.
Now, from Stanford University to the Merritt College in California, you have taught in universities internationally.
Used to go to place there.
Overseas. No, you've taught in these universities overseas. Right? No, would it...
Stanford University.
Would you be open, Muta, to teach the philosophies of Marcus Garvey in Jamaican schools, high schools?
Look here, I have been doing that for almost years on the radio now, and I is the one who suggests. The teacher them in Jamaica don't know nothing about Marcus Garvey. Them need to get some people outside of the teaching faculty for going to the school, pay them for teach Marcus Garvey. There's a whole heap of ones outside of the teaching thing can teach Marcus Garvey philosophy. I would be up to that because I have been doing it. I will go all over the world and talk certain things, see it. I end up at Yale University. And I said, Yale University, yeah, master's tea, gather around all the professors them, and I sit down and I share philosophy and them. Some say, right, look there, that is a journey in itself. It's a journey in itself, sister, may I tell you.
And you are such a gem and
no,
great
so
man,
sweet, man.
in our
So
time.
sweet.
No, Muta, you don't understand
Master,
it, like
gem.
you have. No, seriously, you have been teaching and continue to teach many people internationally, locally, every single day you come on. You have, for me personally, you have basically encouraged and shown me how it is to just be
a poet.
And I thank you for that. I absolutely thank you for that, like putting me out there to share the reasoning. But, as a father and a grandfather, what do you, great granddad, what do you say to your family? What do you say to the younger ones as it relates to the world? And things and times are different, and like you said, for your
them,
yes,
it's not what you say, it's how them see what you do. And as I said before, my children, them I never sit down and teach them nothing about Rasta. See, them mother don't sit down and teach them nothing about Rasta. But them see how we live and what we do. And then that is how them develop themselves. Just like my daughter, son, and obviously my daughter, son, doing the same thing. Now I don't know what part I them going to go jump off, Because obviously them could have grew up one time and say, boy, this is not for me again, me gone so. Because that happened all a while. But as it is at this moment in time, all the people them that come in contact with me have seen something, not something when me say, something that them can say, yeah, When I hear my daughter turn up and say, it's one thing with daddy and them focus. Focus is the greatest thing, man. Focus and just know exactly what you achieve. What am I trying to achieve? I'm trying to make people understand the predicament where African people in and how really them can help themselves with it. That is why we talk so much. You understand? So that is really my journey. When people say, boy, Muta, you talk so much and you forgot to do something. I say, talk in a whole heap of something. Nobody can come tell me now, say, boy, I just attack. Yes, the pen is mightier than the sword. Many are men who start war and never go up on the battlefield. Them create the ambience or create the condition for the battle and for the people, their mindset. Them call it the art of war.
No, Muta, I know recently you made a comment as it relates to the state of the music, and specifically you spoke to trap music. In your professional opinion, and what do you think can be done at this stage? Because you do have persons who are of the belief that music is just art and try to shy away from the reality that it has deep and great influence. Yes. What do you say to those persons who are still hiding behind music is an art point?
Well, them have to look back and say, how them get into the business, the music business. If it's them start the music business, that them could have just create the music business, And then when you realize, you get into the music business, you're going to realize, but you was influenced. See it? So that is a no-brainer immediately. Just think to yourself, who inspire you to come do what you are do now? And you realize there was somebody there before you that inspire you. You know, see it. All you do is reconstruct what you did already and create another level of thinking. So you have to just understand that. Because Vibes Cartel tell you who inspire him. You understand? And all of them come up on stage and say, boy, you know, so this one inspire me. It's like poetry. Me write the poetry them. Me know so the poetry them write across here and say, boy, Muta, you inspire me, you know. You know, and who inspire me? People who inspire me is like the last poets. You know, Sonia Sanchez. You know, all these poets when me used to read when me a little picnic. Not little picnic, but going to school. You know, me used to read them poet there. The same man who me get my name from. Them inspire me that me I'll take one of them name. So it's not like say, art, no. Art is a reflection of conditions and people mind. You know, see it. And that is really where you have to know and understand that. It's foolish. It's fair youth come say, music now influence nobody. It's stupidness, rubbish, stupid rubbish. Yeah.
And look at that. We are on the button. Some 3 minutes remaining, but I have to ask you, the Grammys, they have included a spoken word album as part of a new category.
A long time them do that, man. Remember Bill, what's your name, Clinton did win it one time. What's your name? Bill Clinton wife.
Well, no, what they have done now is to have it separated where you have spoken word and you have readings. So they have like different categories.
Spoken word without music. That's what
right, so So now they have audiobooks, narration, storytelling, and then there is spoken word by itself. Is this a great opportunity for, say, you know, for the Jamaican poetry community?
Yeah, but I don't know if I are going to involved in that. Because I do my poetry, them said, I not do it for taillight to nothing. I not tailor myself to nothing. You know, see, I mean, another one can't do it if him say that is him focus still, but me can't tailor my poetry them here right now. My poetry them come from where me I think and where me understand things to be. You know, so I don't know about that part, right? You know, if a guy wants to see it and say, yes, you know, but I'm not going to studio write poem and say, you know, so I'm not going to win the Grammy with that poem. Yeah. No, joke business.
And finally, Muta, what advice would you give to a poet out there, or just people in general? They're on their road to success, they're on their journey, and you know it's hard, it's challenging, and they're not as strong or militant as a Mutabaruka.
Well, it's true, me not create things, and me know the things they did before me say it. Me I go say something where a man will inspire me. They say, Marcus Garvey say, if you have no confidence in yourself, you are twice defeated in the race of life. But with confidence, you have won even before you have started. Marcus Garvey.
Wow. Mutabaruka, thank you so much. You know, for sharing.
Light up to the heart.
Was awesome.
I don't know if it was light on your face.
Look here.
It was a light on your room, I cause it.
Look here, no, this is really important to me, and I'm really grateful and appreciative that you took the time out to share your journey. Like, you have inspired and influenced me in so many ways, and to be able, exactly, and it is facts. So to be here. To be here and, you know, have this conversation with you and hearing you share some aspects, because we couldn't touch everything.
I tell you, that's why I talk so fast. You know, people are going to say, oh, Muta talk so fast. Like him upon, you know, BPM 10.
But I truly appreciate it, and, you know, continue being yourself, continue to inspire, and, you know, you wake up every day and you do this selflessly. And on behalf of the people, we appreciate you.
Some people.
All the ones them who act, we appreciate you.
Give thanks here.
Thank you so much.
You look nice in your house, that?
Yes, Muta.
They don't mean no furniture.
So it's a virtual connection, Muta. I can't say how I don't see any furniture.
Come like you know up there long enough to get no furniture.
You're too bad.
Of course.
But we say it's awesome, man.
Yeah,